Good evening. Okay. Good evening, Tony.
Hi, hi, Missy.
Once again, my name is Missy, and thank you for your time. Thank you for booking this session with me.
Great.
Um, we will be having a 50-minute session together. Do you mind me recording this session?
No, it's fine. It's fine.
All right, thank you. I will be taking down some notes occasionally because it's part of the requirements, but I just wanted to also state that I will be taking you through some of the contracting that, I mean, part of the documents that I will send to you for you to sign will be for our contracting sessions, the um, what what our responsibilities are towards
Oh,
each other. So
oh,
if you don't mind, I'll just read them out. I'll send you the documents, which I would expect you to please fill out and send back to me as soon as possible.
okay.
So once again, my name is Missy, and we'll be talking essentially about confidentiality and my responsibilities as well as your responsibilities. So, about confidentiality, everything said during this session will be kept strictly confidential. And if you disclose that you're at risk at harming yourself or um, or at risk of harming others, would need to discuss the situation with my clinical supervisor
Okay.
and may need to contact other professionals in order to support you fully. If I'm required to break confidentiality due to a legal requirement, such as court injunction or subpoena, I will do so. As a counselor, I regularly discuss my casework with my clinical supervisor. So, sorry, are you there? Hello? Hello? Oh, looks like he's dropped off. Hello? Hello, Tony.
Sorry, Missy. Something just went wrong with somebody tried to call me and it just went off.
Oh, boy. No problems at all. If you
Sorry.
don't mind, I'll just quickly go over what I
Yeah.
said
Yeah.
earlier. I don't know which you heard and which you did not hear.
Okay. Cool.
So I'll just gloss over it. Uh, Everything said during this counseling session is confidential. It will be kept in strict confidentiality. And if you disclose anything that informs that you're at risk of harming yourself or harming others, I'll need to discuss this situation with my clinical supervisor and
Oh,
may need to contact the other professionals in order to support you fully. I'm required to break confidentiality due to a legal requirement, such as a court injunction or subpoena. As a counselor, I regularly discuss my casework with my supervisor. That's my clinical supervisor, who also upholds the same confidentiality principles. And supervision helps counselors to take responsibility and it offers the highest level of safety and quality of care.
right.
Counselors are required to make brief notes. So, like I said earlier, I will be making a few notes as the session goes on. My notes do not have your name on it and will not be shared with anyone except my supervisor. As a trainee counselor, I'm encouraged to record the client sessions, which I've requested of you, and you say it's fine. However, this will be audio. So, um, where possible, I will discuss the issue of confidentiality with you and seek to obtain your written consent before sharing information with other professionals. Now, I will be discussing your responsibilities. Um, your responsibilities will be to attend counseling sessions once a week.
Mhm.
It's a 50-minute session.
Yeah.
And if you arrive late for a session, we will meet for whatever time is remaining.
Okay.
You're required to pay the agreed session fees. that's 4 times a week, and one month in advance. All the details of for the payment are on the contract document that I would send to you, and you're expected to set up a standing order and send a screenshot of to myself so that I can forward on to the admin office. You are required to give me a minimum of 24 hours notice if you're wishing to cancel your session or reschedule the session. However, if you do not give the notice at least 24 hours ahead, you'd still be required to make payment for the session. Please note that if you do not attend 2 sessions consecutively without making contact with me, then it may be necessary to review whether the sessions can continue or
Sure.
not.
Okay.
And lastly, your responsibility is to ensure that a safe and confidential space is where you're having the meeting,
Yeah.
in order for there not to be any disturbances or any encumbrances. And my responsibilities to you are, one, to provide you a 50-minute session at the agreed time once a week for up to, say, 3 months. If for any reason I'm unable to attend a session, I will inform you as soon as possible and make every effort to reschedule our appointment. I will remain a member of the BACP and work in accordance with the BACP ethical framework. I will attend fortnightly clinical supervision in order to maintain higher standards of practice, and I will maintain confidentiality subject to exceptions outlined above.
Okay.
So I hope I've been able to explain all the points. As
Yeah.
I said, you would see that they're all outlined in the document I'm sending to you. So the agreed fee is £30 per session, and in a month it is £120.
Okay.
Thank you very much. And so nice to meet you once again, Tony. And how are you feeling today?
Uh, yeah, I'm sort of all right. I'm tired. Just generally been tired for quite a long time. Um, uh, I'm I'm sort of up and down. I go between feeling quite low and sort of feeling all right. Um, I mean, generally at this time of year, I get seasonally affected, but yeah, I'm sort of okay.
Sort of okay. Um, I hear you say you're feeling tired and quite low.
Mm.
What could be responsible for you being tired? Is it
I've not been sleeping very well now for a good 8 months or so, and I don't really know what it is. I'm just waking up with um, a lot of a lot of anxiety and bad. Like I get a lot of bad dreams, and I've also been having some gut issues for about 18 months to 2 years. That have been really affecting me, affecting my energy levels, affecting my mood. I've had lots of tests. I've been to the hospital. I've had, um, what's it called when they install a camera, inside to have a look. I've had that. Had biopsies. They can't find anything. So the doctor wanted to put me onto antidepressants, and I said no, I didn't want to do that. So um, I thought maybe try counseling.
right?
Yeah.
Right. And you've not been sleeping well for about 8 months.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, I'm lucky if I get like 3 or 4 hours a night.
That's really small. That
Yes,
is serious.
yeah, it's not a lot.
Hmm.
Just have a lot
Okay.
getting to sleep. So I generally, I mean, I've always been a bit of a night bird, but I generally get to sleep now around about sort of four in the morning. Uh,
Hmm.
I did have a course of sleeping tablets, but I've stopped taking those because they make me feel terrible.
Right.
Mm.
You did say that when you went into hospital, you were going to be given a prescription for antidepressants.
Well, that's the doctor. Yeah, the doctor wanted to do that. Yeah.
Um, have you ever been on antidepressants in the past?
No, never. No, no. I mean, I've definitely had periods of feeling very, very down. Very low. Probably most of my life, really. But uh, I've never taken anything for it, and it's never sort of lasted, too long.
Okay. Could it be related to work or family or
It's,
what generally?
I mean, there's definitely a relation to work. My work is slowing down a lot. Um, I feel, I feel work-wise. I had a period of about 2 months off about a year ago because of an injury that I had to my leg, and since I've come back, I've just found that I'm not being given the same responsibility. I feel like I'm a bit overlooked, and I just feel like I'm not really respected, and it has had an effect on me. Yeah,
Right.
definitely.
So I hear you say you do not feel like you're getting as much responsibilities,
Mm.
not as much challenges,
Yeah,
and you feel you're being overlooked.
yeah, yeah.
And that only started
Well, that
since.
started. Yeah, just under a year ago. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Have you discussed this with your line manager? Have you taken it up with
Don't
anyone?
don't have a line manager as such. I mean, I organize events, so it kind of works differently. I do it through various companies. So I don't have one particular line manager, but I just find that technology's moved on as well. Technology in a lot of events now they use a lot of technology, and I'm not particularly technologically minded, and I find that a lot of the younger kids coming through now are getting most of the work. Um, and I do feel like they look down on me a little bit, so I'm sort of getting that. Um, yeah, feel
Invest there.
a bit disrespected. But I don't know if that's the issue. I don't know if that's what's kind of driving my sleeplessness and the gut issues. I don't know.
Do you feel undervalued?
Yeah, yeah, definitely,
Hmm.
definitely.
So you believe you can do much more than the responsibilities you're being given at the moment?
Well, I know I can. I mean, the last 30 years, I was doing some of the biggest events, uh, that you could think of, the O2 Arena, Wembley, even events abroad. So yeah, I've had those responsibilities. So, like a part of me is worried that I'm kind of being shoved to one side, and I've noticed that in the last sort of 8 months or so, my workload has gone down. I've not been earning as much because it's self-employed. It's quite tricky.
Hmm.
Mm.
I hear you. So it sounds to me, I'm hearing that your work is very, very important to you and how you're valued and respected at work is very, very key to you finding fulfillment.
Well, yeah, I mean, yeah, it's part of it. It's definitely part of it. I mean, work is important. Obviously, it's very important. Yeah.
Mm, okay. Well, when I referred to a line manager, I actually was looking, I was trying to say maybe there is some authority that you could approach, like the people who allocate the work that you do. I hear you say you're a self-employed person, but then you would contract with some officers who give you the types of work that you do. So have you discussed that with anyone?
I think, to be honest, part of it is that I don't really have the fight in me anymore. Like, I want the work, but I don't feel like I want to fight for it because I don't really enjoy it that much anymore. So on the one hand,
Oh,
I need it, but on the other hand, so I've got this push and pull, you know.
mm,
Um, and even the work that I have been doing, I found myself not being very dedicated to it, not being, I'm not as good. I'm not as good as I used to be because I'm not as enthusiastic. But I think just all round, on all fronts, I've kind of lost enthusiasm for a lot of different things.
mm. So it's not just work that is making you feel this low and which is ultimately affecting your sleep. Are you worried about some other things?
I don't know that I'm worried. No, I mean, obviously, yeah, I am worried about the work side of it and sort of getting older and not having because I don't have a proper pension. I don't have, I've got a property, but, there are kind of financial worries, but I don't know, just generally, I just feel a bit of a sort of malaise in my life. It's just the sort of lack of, just a lack of, get up and go.
Mm,
And the gut issues, they can't find anything. And I do find a lot that I have, I've always been kind of, prone to a bit of depression and anxiety, that kind of thing. Um, but I just don't know where these health things are coming from.
mm. Have
Yeah.
you, I mean, what's your support network like? Do you have people you speak to, close people,
Yeah, yeah,
friends,
yeah.
family?
I've got friends and a partner. Not really family now. Both mum and dad are dead. I've got one sister that I don't talk to, but yeah, I've got friends. I've got a partner as well, that I sort of talk to, but sort of don't. Yeah,
And when you speak to them about this, how do you feel?
I don't really tell them the kind of ins and outs of it. I like I've mentioned that I have some sleep problems. I've mentioned that I have some kind of mild health issues, but I don't go into detail about it. I mean, I don't really want to do that with other people.
Hmm.
Mm.
Okay. So, able to decipher from what you've said to me that there are two main things that are bothering you, but under the surface, there might be some other things that are causing these feelings for you. So, one of the things that you have mentioned is your work, because you're not getting fulfillment from the work any longer. You're not as enthusiastic
I'm
as you
not
used to be,
sure.
and you are not getting as much work. You feel kind of sidelined and undervalued, not respected.
Yeah.
And the other part of it is, and you said this started about a couple of months ago when when you recovered from a leg injury.
Yeah, about it. Well, that
Am
was
I
about
right?
8 or 9 months ago. That was that I recovered from my leg injury.
Thereabout
Yeah.
injury. And
Mm.
the second bit that you spoke about is um, essentially, I mean, the work and the gut issue,
Mm.
which you said they can't find any issue,
That's
anything about,
why they said,
and still.
yeah, I mean, the doctor suggested maybe it's psychological, but I don't know. I just don't know.
And since they didn't find anything, I mean, how does it really make you feel now?
What?
Sorry about that noise. My family outside. I'm
Oh, okay.
sorry.
How does what make me feel now?
I mean, the fact that they can't find anything physically
Well,
wrong with you.
I mean, it's kind of like on the one hand, I feel okay about that because I was worried at one point about cancer, possibly cancer, um, or irritable bowel disease or something like that. But they said they literally can't find anything.
So,
Absolutely fine, they say, but at least probably every 4 or 5 days I'm
hmm,
sick every 4 or 5 days, and it's exhausting, and it's really debilitating, and yeah, yeah.
hmm. And have you sought a second opinion?
Yeah, I've been back. When I've been to the doctor, I've had biopsies done. I've been to the hospital. I've had several blood tests done. Can't find anything. They said they can't find anything. So
So, do you think it's kind of psychological, like
I don't
it's
know. I mean, I don't.
you?
It's quite possible. Yeah, I suppose so, but I don't know. I just don't know.
Okay.
Mm.
I hear you say that you've got a partner
Yeah.
and you've got a sibling, but you're not really talking to your sister at
No,
the moment. Um, but even your partner, you're not telling them
not really.
all of it.
Well, not really.
Okay. So what's your relationship like with your partner, if you don't mind
Well,
me
yeah,
asking?
yeah, no, it's fine. We've been together for 6 months. It's more of a sort of let's just get together and have a good time. She's been through a bad divorce. I've been through a bad divorce. So neither of us want to get too serious or wrapped up in, you know, um, the kind of difficulties of life. So yeah, I tell her stuff and she tells me stuff, but we keep it quite light. We just keep it light.
Are you still in contact with your previous partner?
Oh, no,
No. Okay. Okay.
no.
Because I'm wondering if there is some form of a leftover issues that you needed sorting that is making you feel sick and irritable and uninterested in different things. You might
Yeah,
have some unfinished business.
yeah, maybe. I mean, I don't. Yeah, it didn't end well. It didn't end well. We had a lot of good years and then a couple of really bad years, and but I was sort of relieved when it ended. But I suppose also at the same time sad. Uh, but yeah, I don't know. I kind of feel like I'm free of it, but who knows?
Hmm.
You know. But no, we're not in touch. We can't be in touch. No, it's not. No.
Because I'm wondering how, I mean, what could be impacting your work to the point that it's making you feel uninterested in virtually everything. You're no longer as enthusiastic as you used to be. I mean, I don't know if the nature of the job has changed over the years.
No, not
If,
really. No, not particularly. I mean, technologically it has, yeah. But and also, it's a young man's game. My work is, pretty much a young man's game, apart from a few of the old school kind of events that I do, which are, which come up every now and again. But generally, you've got to be, it's an industry where you've got to want it. You've got to be kind of hungry, and I'm not. I'm just not hungry. I just feel tired. I just feel really tired.
mm,
And also, I'm not very good at. I've just found over the last, I don't know, 2 or 3 years that even that small talk, small talk is just like I
yeah,
can't do it anymore. Just find it really difficult to just talk about any old nonsense, and just so I've become much quieter, much more of yeah, I'm much quieter than I used to be.
okay.
Yeah.
Mm. Trying to figure what could have gone, um, I wouldn't say wrong, but what could have changed with time, which could have made you start to feel this way because
I
the
don't
way
know.
you have,
I don't know. Maybe it's just getting older. I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, I just can't put my finger on it really.
what was your childhood like?
Um,
You laugh.
yeah, weird. It was weird. Yeah, it was pretty weird. Why'd you ask?
Um, because I'm trying to see if there is something that you we could probably relate to why you're feeling the way you're feeling now from the past. I'm just wondering, I'm just trying to explore if there was anything missing, or there is anything missing now that is probably making you feel sad and you're not getting fulfilled?
Mm. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Um,
Um,
yeah, it just wasn't. It just wasn't great. It just wasn't great.
wasn't great. So,
No.
were you close to dad? Were you close to mom?
My dad was always away. My dad was old school. He was old school. He was um, he was sort of ex-army. Um, you know, ruled by fear. He ruled us,
Mm,
hit a lot. Uh,
mm,
pretty scared of him, to be honest. I was pretty scared of him.
mm.
Yeah.
That doesn't sound really great. Like you said, it wasn't really.
Later in life, I got a little bit closer to him, but only, not affectionately. Just he sort of he's just off a bit, as he got old. Just he just mellowed out a little bit, but he still wasn't very approachable, really. Not really.
Mm. And was that how he was to your sister as well?
Yeah, well, yeah, not so much. My sister had a lot of mental health problems when she was,
Mm.
yeah. So yeah, don't know.
Mm. What was it like with your mom? What was your relationship like with mom?
She was um, hard to remember much of the time when I had much to do with mum either, really, because she was not really approachable. She wasn't very loving. I think she felt like we had taken her life away from her, particularly my sister.
Mm.
But I mean, I got the impression that because my sister, was going through what she was going through, I was the easy target, really. So I got a lot of, from my mum, I got a lot of, "Oh, it's your fault, that
Mm.
I'm, I'm in this position. You're responsible." So I got a lot of negativity from mum, to be honest. So yeah, it
Mm.
wasn't easy. It wasn't a loving situation. It wasn't a loving family for sure. No.
Mm. And you referred to your past relationship as having its, of course, ups and downs. There were some good times and some not so great, but it ended badly. Could you relate any of the experiences with or to what you went through growing up with your family, your nuclear family, your parents?
Definitely there was definitely the same sort of dynamic in terms of, so I married someone who wasn't very, I mean, she was, in some respects she was wonderful, but in other ways she was quite aloof. She wasn't very giving.
Mm.
And then in the last couple of years, um, she just became really distant and very, she's put me down a lot.
Oh,
She's put me down a lot. that I wasn't this, I wasn't that, I wasn't a good enough husband, you know. So yeah, I got a fair bit of that from her. But yeah, I don't know.
So would you say that, in a nutshell, that you didn't feel respected by her?
Yeah, definitely
That,
not. I
mm,
definitely not. I mean, I felt like probably 3 or 4 years into the relationship, I felt like I wasn't. I felt like she felt I wasn't good for her, if I'm honest.
mm, mm.
And yeah. So I was always a little bit. I was always a little bit wary of. I wasn't particularly jealous. Yeah, I was quite jealous. I was quite jealous, actually. I was. But because she
Mm.
had attention, and I found it very difficult. Yeah.
So you've experienced, someone who's been disrespectful towards you and you didn't like it, and it appears you're getting a repeat of it at work,
Well, it's very,
something like that.
very, very different at work, isn't it? Those are people I don't really care about. But yeah, of course, you still feel it. When someone, when you're overlooked, or when you're, um, and there's subtle put downs as well. With some of the younger people that I work with, you can feel it. And sometimes I just want to punch them. I'll be honest, I just want to punch them
Yeah. Oh,
because
mm.
they're just so fucking, they're just so cocky and yeah. So yeah, it's a but it's different, isn't it? It's a different sort of disrespect that you're looking at.
But in it all, um, either way, whether during the relationship you had and, um, I mean, your previous marriage, sorry, previous relationship, um,
I was married, yeah.
it was a marriage. It was a marriage because you said you were divorced.
Yeah,
Um, Either the way you felt, I mean, the disrespect over then and the disrespect you feel at work now, it still kind of sums up to the same thing, that you don't feel as much valued as you believe you should be.
yeah, sure, yeah, sure. I suppose so. I suppose that's right.
Mhm. So how, um, what is the relationship like with your new partner? Do you feel you're
It's
getting a
yeah,
better deal?
it's quite easygoing. So we don't get like, we made a pact when we met, because we really get on, and there's a lot of sort of humor and banter in the relationship, but we just made a pact to keep it light, to just have fun, because I just don't feel like I want to get into anything serious right now. I just don't feel like I have the capacity or the energy for something serious. So we just both keep it, we keep it pretty light, which is sometimes difficult, because sometimes I see her when I'm not feeling great, and I've had a sleepless night, or I've been sick, and and I and I just try and hide it. I just try and make out that I'm all right, which is not always easy.
Hmm.
Yeah,
I think it's doing more harm to you than good, hiding the way you feel.
I don't know. I don't. I don't know if it is. It just feels like the right thing to do.
Mm.
You know.
But
Yeah.
apart from your partner and your sister
Mm.
that you've talked about, and of course, work colleagues, Do you have any friends, close friends?
Yeah, I do. I have like three really close friends. Yeah, one of them lives in Germany. The other two live in London. Yeah.
And do you live in London as well?
Yep.
Okay, so do you get to see them? Do you get to meet one another face to face?
Yeah, absolutely. Get together probably now once every couple of weeks because it's like you're older.
Mhm.
I don't want to go partying too much anymore. And like I said, I don't really have the energy for it right now. A lot of the time, I feel quite under energized or tired or you know aching from having the gut thing or whatever.
Mm. So how do you relax?
Um,
Or how do you have a good time?
how do I have a good time?
Yeah.
I go out. I like a drink. I play table tennis twice a week. And I like to walk. So yeah, I mean, I'm all right. I'm all right in terms of things to do. I feel.
Mm. But you still feel tired occasionally
Yeah,
and
not even
or all the time.
a lot.
A
Yeah,
lot tired.
a lot.
And the enthusiasm is not there any longer.
No, no, it's not. And like I said, I find I'm much sort of quieter now.
Hmm. So have you tried um, maybe a change of lifestyle to see if your
You
sleep
think?
pattern?
Yeah, but I mean, you know, the doctor mentioned that. I don't even know what that means, to be honest with you, because what is a change of lifestyle? I mean, what is that?
Okay. In my own understanding of a change of lifestyle, it could be change of diet, change of types of activities that you engage in during the day.
I mean, it's too late to change my job. It's just too late. It's too late. Um, if I could do that, I really, really would. I would do something else, but yeah, it's just not. It's just not going to happen. It's just not going to happen. And like my diet's fine. It's not like, I did change my diet. I gave up coffee. I went to see somebody who does this, um, food testing, and
Mm.
came up that coffee wasn't good for me. There's a few things, chocolate, obviously, dates weren't good for me. Um, uh, red peppers weren't good for me. There was about sort of 10 or 15. So I cut them all out, but I'm still the same. And apart from that, I don't really eat a lot of meat. I don't eat a lot of rubbish food. I don't go to McDonald's. I don't do any of that. So it's not like I wouldn't know what to change it to. What am I going to change it to? I eat fruit. I eat vegetables,
Mhm.
right? So what am I going to change it to? It's just so
Okay.
that's a frustrating thing when people say change your lifestyle. I'm like, oh, come on, you know. So
Okay.
yeah, don't I don't feel like that's it. I guess.
Well, what I mean by a change of lifestyle essentially is not just you changing the food only or changing your job. It could be things that you probably didn't ever think of doing before if you have the opportunity of maybe doing a little bit of gardening, maybe taking more walks, longer walks in the evenings, or
No, I
Having
do.
a jog in the morning?
I walk. I mean, I walk and I play table tennis. I love table tennis. And I
Okay.
about that. I think that's misleading. I just don't think it is. I just don't think it's about what I'm doing. I feel like I'm all right. I feel like I've got enough support with my friends. I feel like my life's all right in many ways, but in other ways, it's just, I don't know, just, I feel like I'm worried
Mm,
sometimes, you know?
okay.
Yeah.
Because we're trying to get to the reason why you're not able to sleep. Um,
God, I really don't know. I've
mhm,
always been a good sleeper. And then bang, it just happened. I mean, a lot of it came from worry. You know, I started worrying about my health. I started worrying about, getting older, all sorts of stuff like that. And then you just find yourself waking up, being there at night, just thinking just things going on a loop.
mm,
Yeah.
right. Well, I feel that we could still explore other things that could unearth the reason why you're not feeling as great as you used to,
Well, that's what I'm.
because it may not just be,
Yeah.
yes, and that's the reason I'm asking the probing you to share a bit more about yourself and the
Yeah.
people that surround you and your work.
Yeah, I'm happy to do that. Yeah, sure. Not a problem.
Yeah. And I mean, I'm here to walk the walk with you
Okay.
to, discover how you can feel great again and see the essence of, living a good life, because um, life can be good. It can be good.
Well, yeah, I mean, yeah, sometimes it is, but sometimes it isn't, right? It's just part of it, I guess. Don't know.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah, we've just got 2 minutes to the end of the session. I just wanted to let you know that. And I have listened to all you have said and appreciate what you have shared with me so far. And I believe that with, subsequent sessions, we would be able to get to pinpoint what could be responsible for this feeling of I would say unworthy feeling, or unappreciated feeling, that you're getting,
Sure.
because yeah, there must be something that is triggering it. And thank goodness it's not, nothing has been diagnosed or identified medically to be wrong.
I'm happy for that. Yeah. I'd,
Yes, but sleeplessness on
I'd rather have a psychological problem than cancer, to be honest. But.
uh, neither of the two is good.
Yeah.
Neither of the two is good. Yeah, because psychological problems could be very problematic, could
Okay.
be nagging.
I hear you. I hear you.
Yeah. But notwithstanding, I'm happy that you're able to share this much with me, and we will work together to get to to identify what it could be that is causing this feelings, and um, hopefully we'll be able to get you to feel better.
Okay. Thank you. Appreciate that.
Thank you so much for your time, Tony. It's been wonderful having this discussion, this session with you. I look forward to our next session.
Thanks, Nancy.
Yes, thank you very much.
All right.
And do have a lovely evening.
You too.
And I will be ending the session now.
All
Thank
right.
you.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
All right then. Bye. Bye-bye. Thank you. Bye.